Okay, enough of the theme song. Enough of the theme song. Double vocal. Yes. Just 1 second. Ready? Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tuesday Night Chat with Jean-Luc. Just give us a few seconds. We have an unmuted situation here. We're not exactly sure why. There we go. No more double. We're hearing an echo in here, and it was annoying. And it was just like a small little one, and a little bit of a delay. So, hello, all you amazing Kickstarters, and we are so happy to have you guys with us tonight on Tuesday, August 26th. 2025. And you know what tonight is? You know what it is? Like, it marks, as of yesterday, there was 100, you all went through 120 days of Kickstart already. This is the longest Kickstart that any of you have ever done, that we've actually ever done as well. So that's a huge.
And it'll be the longest ever.
It will be the longest one ever, because going forward, they won't be this long.
No, it won't be this long.
Good about you for being here still tonight, 120 days later.
Hey, some of you are still diamond.
Exactly.
I didn't update the stats today, but I think there's about 33 people that are still diamond right now, which is amazing. So that's a good amount of people. And, you know, we're so excited to have you guys with us this evening. We have a lot of news, a lot of announcements, a lot of stuff. Yeah. Plus, we have a topic tonight. So tonight we're going to talk about being 120 days in, how that's going to look like.
How many, like, you've done, just think of it this way. You've probably made more than 120 decisions. You've done more than 120 efforts. And you've done things more than 120 times, right?
Some of you tracked 120 days.
This is incredible. So keep that at the forefront of your mind as we delve into that topic a little bit more. But before we go into that, we just want to give you guys an update on how things have been with us. Because you know what? It's always fun to give you guys an update.
Yeah, so this last weekend, we were in Ottawa. So for those of you who...
Actually, more than a weekend. We had been there since Wednesday night.
So I worked I'm in the Ottawa office on Thursday and Friday. So I was able to also see my stepbrothers and our 3 nephews and their girlfriend and wife.
Yeah.
So we got to do that on Thursday, Friday. Got to see some family.
And then on Friday night, we
also stayed with friends.
Yeah, we actually stayed friends with on Wednesday and Thursday. Yes. Friends of the family, actually, that I've known for several years. They used to live in Windsor. And when they came down for my dad's funeral and we were talking about us being in Ottawa, they're like, well, we have a place. Why don't you come stay with us? And so we said, why not? Let's do it. And it was great. It was nice to be in a house and not be at a hotel the entire time, which is really cool. But then we ended up getting a really cool place in downtown because it was Ottawa Pride this weekend. So we got to spend the weekend in Ottawa Pride. And I'll tell you this, it's such a difference than Toronto Pride. Toronto Pride can be very overwhelming and not know where to go, what to do, because there's so much to do. Pride. Ottawa Pride was fabulous for us. We really enjoyed it. So on Friday night, we went to the Byward Market and we found this rooftop patio, which was called Starling.
That video's not been posted everywhere else yet, but
it is on TikTok.
It's on TikTok, and I just saw it. I'm like, I want to go up there.
Yeah.
And we were in tank tops, so I wasn't sure if we can go, but we were allowed.
Yeah, we got in, no issues.
Got in, and no issues. It was great.
And then on Saturday, we were going for brunch, and I was like, "Ooh, look at that! They have a Benny's." Do you guys remember a few months ago? Actually, this winter, we were in Sudbury, and we went to a place called Benny's. So when I saw the name, I'm like, "Oh, we're gonna go to Benny's. It's the same place." Blah blah. Blah. Not even paying attention to anything like that.
It wasn't.
But we go there, and it was not the same place, but it was incredible. It's this chef who owns this little restaurant. So no, because he owns a restaurant and he serves regular breakfast Monday through Friday, but on Saturday he does like a specialty menu, and it was like, wow, we were really impressed.
It was hard for Nick to pick.
It was very challenging for Nick to pick something, but they managed.
I managed.
Yeah, and I ended up. I liked rhubarb. Everybody, they made a rhubarb vanilla compote. And it was on French toast with caramel. So, of course, it had me at caramel. But then I was afraid of it. But he converted me with that compote. It was really good. So, and then on Saturday, we walked around Pride and went to see all the vendors. What was really fun about this Pride, guys, and we don't have the video up yet, is they had a main stage, but it wasn't as big as the Toronto main stage. So you could get up to the stage and you got to see the drag queens up close and personal. It was phenomenal. They had a lot of
I didn't agree with the whole you can buy drinks out the fence,
There
and
was
then you can't, but you can bring in drinks inside the fence, but they can't cross.
There was one little not a misunderstanding, but
Understand.
communicated. There was two sections of this like outdoor patio. One section had tables and couches that you could sit at, and there was a bar. And then you pass through a gate where no one was standing originally, and then there was the main stage with more bars. So we're like, okay, so we ordered at the one place because as soon as you walked in,
And they had iced tea.
they had the hard iced tea.
The one inside didn't have iced tea.
Exactly. So we bought one. We went in and watched the show, had our drink, went back, got a second one, had our drink, went back, watched the show. Well, the third time when we were getting our third cocktail, they wouldn't let us back through. Security was there and was stopping everybody, saying, "Sorry, guys, you're not allowed to bring that alcohol on this side." And we were like, "Well, we don't get it. We were just there for the last hour and a half with it. Why all of a sudden?" So we weren't going to make a big ordeal out of it. We sat down.
We didn't order more drinks.
We didn't order more drinks, but I ended up, there was three guys that were standing out near us while we were watching the show. They followed to the bar not that far after us. And so I ran up to them trying to catch them before they ordered their drinks to tell them, don't order.
It was too late.
It was too late. So they ended up coming back and sitting with us. It was kind of fun. It was fun just to meet new people and just chit chat for a bit.
That night we booked last minute. We literally booked it that day to go on a tiki bar on the Ottawa River.
Oh my God, it was so much fun.
We'd never been on the Ottawa River at all. We've done the canal, the Rideau Canal. We did a boat tour on there. We've never done the Ottawa River, and we thought, why not do it at night?
Yeah.
So we were on this tiki bar with. We were able to put our music on.
Yeah, they let us play some music. We ended up we met two people from the East Coast that were there to see what was the concert again?
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
Some artist.
We ended up downloading her song. We're too old for that stuff. And then after that, everyone was telling us to go to Tees, which is a bar in Ottawa, and they actually blocked off most of the street and had a huge street dance party for Pride,
until midnight. The bylaw.
Because they had to.
So then we went home.
Yeah, which was perfect. It was a curfew time for Jean-Luc and Nick because we need to wake up the next morning and get back.
And then
to Toronto.
We on the way home on Sunday, we left pretty early. We stopped in Belleville to visit our friend
Heather.
Brockville.
Our friend Heather she's a friend of mine from college. She's actually been on our trips for those of you who know Mexico and Dominican. And what's really cool is she went to Le Cordon Bleu and has become a chef, and she opened a patisserie in Brockville.
We got some free pastries.
She gave us some pastries.
When you know someone knows a pastry shop.
You know what? It is the coolest thing ever to walk into your friend's pastry shop.
When it's closed and no one else
is in there and it's closed. And it was such a cool feeling, and I'm so proud of her, and I'm so happy that she's made her dreams come true. This is something she's been thinking about. She thought about for years. I know for a fact. And she graduated in 2015 from the school and has her own place. Like it's such a cool thing. So I'm so proud of her.
So a few more announcements. Of course, we talked about last week about our new partnership we're going to have with In-Home Trainer. So we're still waiting to hear back from him, but he's going to be coming in, probably one of his trainers, to do some sessions with us in the fall. So look out for the announcements of that once they're booked. We also have 4 spots available for Jamaica.
Yes.
So those of you who are maybe looking to go on a trip in December, the trip to Jamaica has 4 spots opened up. There's also people looking for roommates. So if you are looking to go on a trip and you're like, I don't want to go alone, but you could have a Rustic Mama roommate with you, let us know, because there's spots that just became available, and we'll give you the information.
And yes, great question. I should have mentioned the name of the patisserie. It's actually called Meringue Patisserie. So it's Meringue Patisserie in Brockville, right off the 401.
So the next announcement is about our first KickStart retreat, which is almost out of spots, happening October 3rd to 5th in Bancroft, Ontario. We're so excited. There's going to be a hypnotist there. So we're bringing an
focused on weight loss.
Hypnotist coming in to focus on weight loss. There's going to be a nutritionist there to talk about, food labels. There's going to be a dance party. Yes, for those of you who come to us for the last 5 years since the pandemic, we're doing a dance party. We're going to together in person,
and we're also going to do games night like we normally do. So, but all of this is going to be in person, so it'll be very, very different. We are so looking forward to it, and we can't thank Jen from Rustic Mama enough, and from Camp Riverview enough for this opportunity.
So for fall, kickstart fall. Now let's start getting back to the back to normalcy. So kickstart fall begins September 23rd. The week of
22nd,
September
I thought.
23rd is day one.
Oh, that's
22nd is the orientation, I
gotcha.
think. Or maybe it's the opposite.
I
Maybe it's
think it's the
22nd.
22nd,
Yeah, it
but,
starts
you know,
September 22nd, and
I don't know anything.
the orientation week begins September 15th. So during orientation week, if you're new to Kickstart, you're going to get your introduction on how to use a dashboard. You're going to get your introduction. I know you're right. I remembered after I said it. That's why I corrected and I said you're right. So on that, you're going to get a session about what Kickstart is, a session on how to use the dashboard effectively, and another session is going to be on how to create your commitments. So those are already on the dashboard. So if you go to the calendar on the dashboard, you'll see the sessions already there. You can sign up. If you're new to Kickstarter and you need a little bit more help, there's also the orientation guide. There's already a few people who purchased it. So if you need some extra help, that's also available. All the books are already also available on the website. So if you go to jeanlucandnick.com/books, you'll be able to look through all the books for Kickstart that are available for this fall. And a few other things. So Kickstart Fall begins on, again, September 22nd, lasts till January 4th. It's 105 days. It's 17 weeks, I think. And let's just say today I finalized the last piece of it. Finally, it's done. Your daily guide is ready. It's just missing the birthdays right now because I wait for those till everyone's registered and then I do them. But all 105 days are ready for you guys. I just finished them today. So you look for that. You'll see your daily guide swap out after day 147. So once Kickstart Fall ends the next day, if you log in, it still says, past stuff. It's okay. I'll come in and upload it eventually. So don't worry if on day one things are a little delayed. But after day one, you'll be having your new daily guide, which will have all your new daily tasks and fitness tasks and everything that we've changed for the fall session will be there for when you guys are ready to start. And that's pretty much it for announcements.
Yeah. So let's get back into tonight's topic. We're going to talk about these last 120 days and what that actually means to everyone right now.
So Jean-Luc said it earlier, 120 days. That means, 33 of you, the Diamond members, you guys had 120 days in total. But some of you in here haven't done all 120 days. Say you did 50%. That's 60 days.
That's still 60.
That's still a lot. So if you guys look at your Kickstart score or your level on the website where it says how often you've submitted your tracker, you should need to look at that and be proud of what you've achieved, because even if you haven't done all 120 days, you still were able to do something.
Isn't that so funny how it goes in line with our 80-20 rule?
Yeah.
It's funny. You'd think it was planned out that way.
And if you didn't track often, that's okay too.
That's okay, because you know what? It doesn't matter about, if you're thinking about it every single day and you stayed in that game, you know what? It doesn't matter. Sometimes you are going to struggle. We all struggle. However, struggle means you're going to end up making progress. So we're still becoming the person we want to commit to becoming, right?
So today we're actually going to take a zoom out and look back at the 120 days. So as always, I hope you guys have your notebook and pen. Show them in camera. Take a few seconds. I'll take a sip of water. And some of you will take your sip of water at the same time because it's also a reminder to drink your water. Delicious. Okay. So I hope you have your I hope you have your pen and paper. Or you can grab your phone too, or just think about it. You don't have to actually write it down. It's easier if you write it down. So we add these questions on the dashboard today. Some of you already answered it, but we'll actually ask them now. And we want you to do share it in chat what you guys your answer to these questions are. Okay. So number one, how does my life feel different today than it did on day one? Okay, so I want you guys to think of that, write it down. You can put it in chat, and then I'll ask Jean-Luc that question. How do you feel different today than you did on day one?
You know what I feel really different is I feel like there's certain things that I don't even have to think about, that it's just automatically happening. Like my vitamins still is one thing that I'm pretty good at taking almost every single day. I missed a few because this weekend was messed up, but I've remembered to come back to it at least, which I never would have.
He also has a husband alarm.
But that
take your pills today.
And I'm pretty good at remembering. Another thing too is
you're not gonna give me props. I do remind you.
God, I have to give you props on everything. Yeah. Thank you for licking my cheek sometimes.
Like, I don't lick your cheek.
You used to.
Yeah, not now. What else has changed?
Another thing that's changed is I love the fact that my intentions in the morning. I might not listen to the videos I was, but I'm actually purposely putting intentions out in my mind, and I do it every morning when I'm setting up my computer for work. So I'm pretty impressed with that about myself.
For me, my weight hasn't fluctuated much since the beginning. I've kind of been able to almost be consistently plateaued for the last 100 some days,
Yeah.
which to me is kind of a good thing because the last year was always up. Before when Keiko's passed away last year, I kind of just started eating what I wanted. I didn't care anymore, and I gained at least 50 to 60 pounds just since he passed. And that kept going all the way to the beginning of this year. During Kickstart January, I didn't lose anything. I didn't gain anything. And then same with this time. I haven't lost or gained, or I have lost, but I've lost what I've just gained kind of thing. I'm kind of like that yo-yo, that up and down.
Yeah.
And to me,
Which is
that's
maintaining.
yeah, which is I'm good right now because like I said, I'm good right now because like I wasn't fully 100% dedicated to weight loss, which is what we're going into now in the fall.
Yeah.
So so I'm very proud of myself for not having, really gone any up
I
more.
love that. I love how someone in chat here said, I'm confident, not scared. I love that emotions are changing and feelings about ourselves are changing. It's not even just understanding the fact that you're committed to something, but the fact that you're seeing an overall change in how you're approaching every single day. So, question number two. What was one small change that made a big difference?
Mine was my commitment to stand up every hour.
Mm.
So I had that commitment in January. I did it again this time. I'm going to be eliminating this commitment in the fall because it's no longer an issue. I get up all the time now. I switched my chair where I sit for work to make it easier for me to get up, and I try to get up every hour as much as I can. I walk around once just to make sure I don't sit all day. So that to me is one thing that's made a small change, and it's making a big difference because I'm not as sedentary all day as I used to be.
Yeah, I love that. The small change for me, and it's not really a small change, but I've been so like on my shape up. Like, and I know that's so fun. It's funny because it started the last time, but I have not let it go. I'm on a 246-day streak now, which is one of my longest streaks I've been on in a long time. And it's just I think that's a small change that has put me in a good spirit all the time. Like it doesn't bother me whatsoever.
So there's a few people in chat that said walking every day. It's made
Love
a
it.
difference and doing stationary bike every day. So being
Love it.
active, it's almost like mine too, being active, right?
Being more active.
The third question.
Third question. How have I changed in the last 120 days? And I think a lot of those questions have already been answered in the sense that we're seeing progress, right? We're not seeing perfection. We're not expecting perfection because there's no such thing as perfection. But if you're seeing some type of progress, you really need to be proud of yourself.
I would look at your 10 commitments at one point this week, in the next few weeks, as we go into the fall. And I would revisit each of them and ask these three questions to your commitments. How does this commitment feel different than it did on day one? Say one of your commitments was, I'm going to go walk every day. Someone said that, okay? That's your commitment. Maybe before this, you're like, my God, I used to struggle to go for walks here. Now I go every day with no issues. Maybe that's something that's different than day one. Maybe the next question is, what's one small change that made a big difference? Maybe one of your commitments was a small change that made a big difference. So go through your commitments and try to itemize what you've seen and changes you've noticed, because a lot of times when we're doing these things, we don't really notice change. I don't know if you guys have noticed, in the past or even now when doing your weight loss journey, you go to a gym and you start walking on a treadmill, as an example. In 5 minutes, it's impossible. You get off and you're like, oh my God, this is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Then by a year from there, you're now doing half an hour, you're running. I'm just giving an example. You don't remember that 5 minutes sometimes that you had that first time. That 5 minutes that you struggled, sometimes you kind of forget about that because now walking 30 minutes is easy to you. But what was it at day one? What was something at day one that you were struggling with that now is maybe a little easier? You've changed a bit.
I think that's really, really important to think because you know what? Sometimes it could be something as simple as just you've been drinking more water now. Or, like we've said already, you've been walking daily now, and you don't even need to think about it. So maybe you've built a habit of cooking at home more often. Or maybe you've like actually fixed your mindset, right? Not fixed it. I don't want to use the word fixed, but improved, changed, changes.
And maybe you've had a rough day and you got through it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the biggest thing. Maybe some of you had a rough week, a rough month, a rough kickstart, but you're still here.
Yep.
Right? You're still trying.
120 days later still. So that's amazing.
Exactly.
That's absolutely amazing.
So we want you guys to send yourself. So tonight's all about encouraging yourself because, like we said, this is 120 days in.
This was a long one.
When you're on 100, say you were walking for 120 days, like I said, you don't remember the first day's walk. You don't remember what you saw. Please go revisit your commitments. Go look at your day one. If you have your journal tracker, your weekly tracker, go back at the beginning. Look what you wrote. Reassess what's going on in your life because you might see some things or patterns that you might want to use to build your commitments for fall.
So, things we want you to do, we're going to suggest a few things. You pick what you want to do. So, one of them could be maybe go and write yourself an email. Send yourself an email of encouragement. Right now. I know it sounds weird, but you're like 120 days in. Yeah, why not? Maybe you should be doing something like that regularly, is sending yourself an email to read a week later.
Maybe you want to write a sticky note, put on your mirror. And again, this is all revisiting all your 120 days. This is all tied into what have you done that you're proud of, and tell yourself you're proud of it. Yeah. Email yourself about it. Write yourself a note and put on the mirror that you're proud of doing things.
Make sure you're writing it in your tracker even. Make sure you have a section in your tracker that you're writing something that you feel like, wow, I can't believe I'm doing this now, right?
And at the end of that letter, make sure you tell yourself how proud you are for how far you've come. How you didn't give up on this journey. You're still here 120 days in. You're still trying every single day.
And that now that 120 days are there, we still have another 20 some odd days left. 27 days left. So let's not give up. Let's finish strong in these next 27 days. So that way when we come back in the fall on the 22nd and we start back at day one, you can now start looking at it all over again. But remembering these last questions we just asked you.
Yeah.
Start with these questions and remembering that when you start back in the fall again, keep a mental note of where you start with the commitments that you decide to keep with you or to change.
I love seeing it also in chat. There's a few people who mentioned a few things that they've noticed in terms of changes in themselves. So I'm worthy of being healthy is one of them. I've learned to say no. A big one. I've moved to a condo and I'm so much happier having less to worry about. We get it.
Totally get it.
We get it. High five. Condo.
Cheers to that for sure.
There's also, I feel good every day. I look forward to seeing what the tasks await me. Look forward to looking after me. I love that. And I love that you guys use the tasks too.
You know what I'm loving? I love how so many of you are talking about me. And yes, I want you to be as selfish as you could possibly be right now. Nothing wrong with that, right? It's not selfish, it's self-care, right? Because how often are you actually a selfish person?
We also have, I've said yes to trying new physical activities, even if I can't do it perfectly. I love that. We've also I've learned that binging isn't the answer when life gets stressful.
Wow. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. And I also love here it says my diet isn't maybe not perfect. What I'm eating is not perfect, but guess what? I'm not giving up. That is such a huge thing. The whole giving up. If you are not giving up and you're still going, that's half the battle.
Exactly.
That means you're going to keep doing this as long as you possibly can. So we always want to hear from you guys. So we want you guys to always feel like you can start or you could share in the Kickstarter group the answers to the questions that we asked tonight. You could talk about anything in that group, big or small, challenges or wins. We want you always to be sharing that because that's what makes this community so special.
Exactly. And remember that in this fall, if you guys feel that you need support or assistance, that you can always go to the psychic market with new members joining.
Sidekick, not psychic. It sounded like you said psychic.
Sidekick.
Yes.
Sidekick.
I was like, psychic. I'm like,
the side.
Sidekick.
If you need a person beside you, not a a person that's going to look in the crystal ball, but someone's going to be beside you. Go to the website and look for one there because fall is starting, so people will start needing some new partners. So if you need someone to be able to catch you, keep you motivated, this is the time to start doing this. As fall approaches, we're a lot of the next few weeks sessions are going to be about reminiscing, looking back at what we've done in the last 100 some days as we prepare for the new season. And that's important because we want you guys to make sure that when you're building your next commitments, whatever they are, they're going to help you achieve another milestone in 100 days. Because remember, KickStart Fall is 105 days. It's not 147, so you have a little less time. So we'll put in there.
I never want you guys to ever feel like you need to achieve a goal in these 100 days that we're providing to you, right? It might take you 200 or 300 days to achieve some of the goals that you want to get to, and that's okay. But breaking it up into these quarters makes a huge difference in the long run, right? It doesn't seem such a big task. So things we want you to remember for tonight, like we've mentioned, is 120 days means 120 choices. Notice and realize how much you have changed, even though it might not feel like you have. There has been some change there, but recognizing the tiny changes is important, and make sure you should and deserve to be proud of yourself.
Yeah, and if you guys feel like sharing your letter, your post-it note, if you write it down and post it, and you want to take a picture, feel free to share it on the Facebook group or on the daily the dashboard, so we can actually see what you guys have said about yourselves.
Yeah.
And remember to be proud of what you've achieved. This is not something, 120 days is a lot. That's a lot of time. That's if you think about it, you can grow a plant. People planted corn after we started this, and now it's growing. It's already been cultivated. We can grow corn 3 times the amount of time we've been doing this now. So think about it, right? That's a long time that we've been doing this.
This is 120 strong days. You've all been strong. You've all done something you've never done before. So never forget that.
So on that note, we will end the live feed. Thank you for watching us on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. We will end the live stream and stay with those of you in Zoom. Have a great night, and we should be on tomorrow. Our alarm didn't go off this morning.
We were up at 6:45 and the alarm was going off, and I'm like, oh my God, we missed step class. So we will be on tomorrow morning. But we did do it at lunchtime. We've done 2 step classes this week.
We did it yesterday too.
Yesterday at lunch, I don't know. Yep. We don't have proof of that though. Do you believe us?
I have it on my watch.